music's so beautiful, I don't want to say anything.
You already say something.
So this is day 2. Welcome, everybody. Day 2, we'll be riding from Durango, Colorado, all the way through Four Corners and up to Whitehouse Canyon. Yes, Whitehouse.
Whitehouse
Canyon. Okay, that's a running inside joke.
You do this on purpose.
So here we are. We're just leaving my buddy's house in the morning, and we're going to go get some breakfast as we're rolling down the hill. And I got some good feedback on day 1 and some nice questions that I thought I'd talk a little bit about too. But so one of the issues I was having with this GoPro is it would run out of battery even though I was charging it. So that was one of the problems, and so it's like incomplete footage in places. But actually today's ride we do have a really nice, a lot of good video, beautiful scenery as we go through the Canyonlands, through Colorado, through Arizona and Utah, and some really cool places, some really neat scenery. You saw the motorcycle come down the hill, and one of the comments was, can I make or install lights that don't flash? Well, the lights actually aren't flashing. They only appear to be flashing because of the shutter speed differential between the camera and the LED lighting. Otherwise, it doesn't actually flash to the visible eye. So if you didn't join us for day 1, this is day 2, and my wife and I are on a 14-day 2-up motorcycle tour from starting in Denver and through Durango and making our way ultimately to Las Vegas, then into San Diego, and then we'll be riding up the coast of California up to San Francisco. And from San Francisco, we'll be heading back home again. And we're only staying one night at each place. So from here on, last night we stayed at my friend Kevin's Airbnb, his train station. But for the next 5 nights, we're going to be camping. And so let the test of marriage begin.
Test marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
What I thought, I wanted to talk a little bit about, what it took to prepare for a 14-day tour, and this was our first tour, and there was several months of preparation beforehand. I thought I'd talk a little bit about that, and one of them is on a 2-up tour. It is a marriage test, and one of the things I think we could have gotten better is figured out each of our roles and each of our responsibilities, and how to do things together when it comes to setting up camp or packing up the bike or getting things ready to go, because it took us a few days to kind of get that figured out. Wouldn't you agree?
For me, I think just another chance, or one of the reason for the teamwork, marriage teamwork. How to work together better, how to organize the things, kind of.
Well, I think when it came to setting up camp or breaking down camp, we didn't exactly know what our roles were, or which way to progress, what that would be most efficient and fastest
That's
and
normal.
easiest. And so, yeah, we were bumping heads a couple of times trying to figure out, who's going to put in the stakes, or when do the stakes go into the ground, when do the poles go into the tent, who's doing what and when, and we were kind of fighting against each other a couple times.
Yeah, I think that's not a common problem. Everyone, every trip, every situation different. So for us, that's our need to figure out the things.
So we're making a turn here actually this turn goes to Highway 160, and we're going to be on Highway 160 for a long time, just like 285. This one takes us all the way through the Canyonlands, and ultimately we'll get on Highway 95 at some point and finish our journey to the campground. And here, this highway is 160.
This go to the breakfast.
Yeah, we're going to that breakfast burrito place that Kevin told us to go to, where he suggested it. I guess he likes breakfast burritos. So my son is playing piano for us. Thank you, David. They can hear you. And he's watching the video along with us. It's kind of neat. So he's motivated by the scenery to create a musical ensemble for everyone. But we had a really nice day to start. Blue skies, beautiful weather. It was nice. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So today's destination, Whitehouse.
Good.
Thank you. Whitehouse is a BLM campground, and you'll see it. It's actually really nice, but it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's no water. There are outhouses, but there's no convenient grocery stores or anything like that nearby. So one of the things that we had to do is prepare for food and water. So after breakfast, we went down to Walmart, and Yolan picked up some food that we could prepare for dinner.
Yeah, dinner and a breakfast. Right?
Well, dinner at night, breakfast in the morning. Yeah, because we didn't have anything to leave on, and the next stop was like an hour and a half down the road or so for day 3. So stopped at a Walmart in town, and while we were there, I was waiting for Yolan to go shop and get some food, and I had at least a half a dozen people stop by the bike and ask me about the bike because we look funny.
Because we have a pretty heavy loading on the bike. Everybody looks, surprised. So it really looks heavy.
Yeah, they were real excited for us. And the bike was stacked up pretty high with bags on the trunks and tents on the back trunk and bags on the front. But this is our breakfast stop here.
Gold mining, like a short. You get gold out of the ground, but it reminds me a lot of firefighting. Because of the water and the heavy equipment and stuff. I kind of.
Yeah, those little video clips are pretty quick. So here we head up the canyon, and this is the part I wish the camera was working for, but it wasn't, because it was real pretty between here and Cortez. In Cortez, we stopped for gas, and then we'll pick the video up in Cortez.
Looks long way on the map.
It does. It was pretty
Unbelievable. We go through. That's far for per day. You know.
Yeah, Cortez kind of surprised me. It's a pretty big little town. I had to cut some of this down. I like showing the videos through the towns, but I had to cut this one down because it was just long and there was quite a bit of traffic through town on 160 here. But we were pretty excited because this was our first actual camp. So part of our preparation was actually camping before camping, and we wanted to test all our equipment. So we set up the tent outside and tried to make sure that everything we had would help us stay comfortably at a campground without any amenities. So part of our preparation was making sure we knew how to set the tent up, which probably we should have done it a few more times, hindsight, because it took us a few times to actually get dialed in on the process. Because if you remember, by the time we got to Chumach Lake, I think that's what it's called, that was like day 4, day 5. We kind of had things really dialed in, and then we were really fast after that. We were able to, our first day unpacking probably took us a couple hours to get everything set up. And then it took us a couple hours to get everything packed up. But by the time we were done with this trip, we were getting
Used to.
Yeah, when we got unpacked in an hour and we got packed in an hour.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I remember he.
You remember him? We tried to wave at him, but he couldn't wave.
He was with you later.
Yeah,
after
later
this.
down the road, right?
Yeah, he passed us.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and David's going to attempt this song. So the first preparation that we had to make was, which bike to get. And I was considering the Suzuki 1000 V-Strom, and I was also looking at the GS 1200s. And I found the Africa Twin on Craigslist. It was like a 2017, and I did some research on the Twin and was just more and more impressed by it. But I wanted some of the more modern amenities, so I went with the 2021 because I like the paint, and it also had the nice display that I could, that would work with Android Auto, with cruise control and ABS, and The DCT feature I wasn't convinced I wanted, but the more I looked into it, the more I thought that might be kind of a helpful feature to have. And then the extender range tanks was helpful too. So after we got the bike, additional preparation was made for luggage, and that was a big consideration as what luggage I wanted to use. And I settled on the Honda vinyl luggage, although I wasn't convinced that was the best option. There's so many choices out there. Soft bags, aluminum bags, vinyl bags. And I went with the vinyl for the simple fact that I wanted to be able to remove it and have the bike, you know, more streamlined. I didn't want to have the racks on in addition to and you know, when the luggage was off. I kind of was like really impressed with the way that Africa Twin looked without luggage, so I thought it would be really nice to pull that off and still have a really attractive bike. And the Honda luggage was very big. It's quite ample. There's a lot of room in there, and that actually turned out to be pretty helpful. The one drawback, though, was the weight of the luggage was heavier than the aluminum or the soft bags. Still in Cortez.
Yeah, the traffic can make it snow.
Yeah, I shortened it. I cut quite a bit out, but it's just all this. I don't know. You're not missing anything. So after Cortez, there's not a lot west of here. There's a few little gas stops, and then there's one couple little towns ahead, but the scenery is really special. So when we were at the train station, how'd you sleep, Yolan?
I'm sleeping fine.
Oh, of course you did.
Yes. That's good. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm glad you slept. I wish I slept.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired, okay? Even I didn't do anything, I just sat the back.
Yeah.
But still feel, you know, the long way. The first day, 6 hours.
That was a long day.
Yeah.
Well, today's not much shorter. This one's like a 5-hour drive, and we wound up actually getting to the campground pretty late.
Yeah. And these days pretty hot actually.
It got warmer.
We're wearing the gi.
The gear?
Yeah, the gear. Pretty warm. I feel sweating and hot, making you feel more tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Cortez here was pretty warm, and then it just kept getting warmer all the way to Joshua Tree.
That's totally different with my understanding. I thought maybe...
I thought we were going to be cold.
Yeah, I thought we probably on the way get more hot and hot. But actually, totally different.
Mm-hmm.
We are beginning few days pretty hot.
Right.
After San Francisco, from San Diego, pretty
cold.
Yeah, a little bit cool, but wearing the gig, totally perfect. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, deciding what clothing to bring on a 2-week trip when you don't have any room for clothing, that was another preparational challenge. I think I mentioned this before, but what we did was we took the old sleeping bag covers that came with the sleeping bags, and we used those to stuff our clothes in, and we basically packed like 3 days worth of clothing. That was my goal. Three underwear, 3 socks, 2 long pants, 1 pair of short pants, and 2 short shirts and 1 long shirt.
You know what I'm thinking? I just think about since we were in the gig beginning.
Gear, not geek.
Gear. Since we were in the gear from beginning, even we have room for the gear, but I don't think we are comfortable to put. I mean, without wearing gear, I feel uncomfortable. I think.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
I mean, if we riding on the way without wearing gear,
motorcycle
I feel
gear?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta wear motorcycle gear.
Okay.
The gear is there to protect you in case you fall down.
Right. Even hot, I still need to wear it.
Yes.
Okay.
Even if it's hot.
That's what I mean.
Well, more expensive gear is going to be more comfortable. We didn't spend a lot of money on. I have a nice jacket, but.
So you mean my gear is?
Well, no, your Scorpion jacket is actually a really nice all-season jacket. The only thing I think was probably the limitation of your gear were your pants, because you couldn't unzip the liner, so your pants were hot.
I have a window zipper.
Yeah, but you still had a liner in there.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't take that out.
Right.
So yeah, if you're gonna do multi-seasonal riding, make sure your gear has some way to accommodate different temperatures. And I just that was an oversight.
Yeah.
I thought those pants had removable liner, but they didn't. Mine had it. Same brand. They're both HWK pants, and they're great pants for the money. But mine had a removable liner. Those were the light pants with like the green piping, and yours were the black pants. But they were, I thought they were the same when I bought them, but it turns out one has removable liner and the other doesn't. So sorry. Yeah, I didn't know when I bought them. But the jacket seemed to perform pretty well. The Scorpion. I also had the HWK jacket, but I don't think I would have wanted to wear it on a long trip like this with so many different temperatures, because even though you can remove the liner on this, it doesn't have that great a breathability. But it's a good jacket for the price.
Yeah. I feel fine. Just I think my pants, the material feels thicker than yours.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, preparation might have been wearing that stuff more. Make sure that it was comfortable to wear in hot weather or cold weather.
Yeah.
But we didn't do a whole lot of that, so that might have been something to.
We made it. Everything pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it
Not
worked.
bad.
Everything worked out fine, but just nickel and diming what you can do better next time, or if somebody who's watching this is thinking about doing something similar.
Yeah.
They'll know.
Or concerned, more comfortable.
Right. So we packed 3 days of clothes. And when I got to Las Vegas, I thought maybe 1 pair of shorts and 1 short sleeve shirt wasn't enough, because it was hot. So just keep that in mind. Keep your weather Make sure you have enough, or make sure your clothing is modular to agree that you can mix and match pants and shirts.
Yeah, I should bring more short pants.
Yeah.
When you wearing the gear, you know.
Yeah. Yay, good job. We're pretty close to Four Corners here. We were going to stop at Four Corners and maybe have a little snack, but it turned out there was like a long line of traffic, and it was hot, and we were just sitting there idling for a few minutes and decided we didn't want to sit there and idle anymore, so we turned around and we just hit the highway again. That 160 was really pretty. You see, we got some clouds building up ahead. That calls for some dramatic music, yes. Clouds building up ahead, and yeah, we ran into a little rain today. Nothing major though.
Perfect, not big, right?
No, it wasn't
just to
bad.
make me feel good.
It felt good.
Yeah. Some
The
drifting
shade.
make the temperature, the weather cool down a little bit.
So on today's our campground tonight, and we put pretty much all of our gear to the test because, like I said, this BLM didn't have any.
First time.
Yeah, there's no water there, so we had to have water. There was no. I don't know. They actually had a bench, didn't they?
They have bench and
Yeah,
table.
they had a bench. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. They
But a
have
couple
bench
other
and-
sites didn't. So.
Ah,
But we had the fold-out seats and a fold-out table. And we used it all. And then we were also kind of testing out our bags and our cots and we had an inflatable mattress that we got to test that out too. It was actually pretty comfortable.
yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. And the MSR tent. So yeah, part of the preparation was to try to research all the camping options and try to, one of the things that was more challenging was that we knew we were really limited for space. Okay, so we got one motorcycle, 2 people, 2 sets of clothes, 2 sleeping bags, 2 cots, 2 mattresses, and our bathroom stuff, cooking stuff. Yeah, I mean, not only do we have our camping stuff, but we also have we have our personal stuff and 1 motorcycle. So what I was really looking for was, we're not in a car, so really limited on space and weight, and I was trying to keep the weight of all our gear and luggage under 150 pounds. So it's
Are you gonna
not
talking
overload.
about the weight?
Oh, your weight? Okay. Yeah, so I weigh 220 and you weigh a nice 120 pounds.
No. That's not true.
Sure, I'll take the extra 40 pounds for you.
Oh, thank you, so sweet.
Turn off your headset.
So so we're trying to keep that luggage weight around 150 total. And like I said, the luggage itself has a weight,
When you're
and it's not super light. That might be something to consider if you're going to do some 2-up camping, is what's the weight of your luggage.
Why we stop here?
Oh yeah, that's why I did it not say. Yeah, Android Auto, the map stopped showing.
Oh.
So I had to pull over and I had to turn the motorcycle off and on again to get it to work.
Oh, I see. I remember now.
Yeah.
I got it.
That was the first stop. Oh yeah, that was the only way to fix that. So, that Android Auto was kind of glitchy. I mean, it gets glitchy, and the heat seemed to make it even more glitchy. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it kept flickering, and then it would turn off, and then turn on, and then it'd turn off, and then eventually it wouldn't come back on again. And I'm like, well, we're going to be on 160 forever, but I still wanted to have that map in front of me. So, yeah, we pulled over, turned the motorcycle off and back on again. We reset our Cena headsets, because sometimes that screws up with Android Auto. Because one of the things, Android Auto requires a Bluetooth headset for it to work. So, you know, if your headset isn't connecting, then Android Auto won't pop up. So we turned off our Cenas, turned off the bike, then we turned on the Cenas, and then we turned on the bike, and it reconnected, and everything's fine.
Beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So yeah, 150 pounds goes pretty fast when you're packing a tent, clothes, sleeping bags, and cots and mattresses, and pillows. And then there's the cooking stuff, the stove, and the pots and pans, the table, the cooking table, the gas, the fuel. What else, Yolanda?
That's all for the.
What else did we pack for our camping stuff?
I think you got most of.
No, what did we pack? What was in the bags?
The yellow bag, small yellow bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, cooking pots, different size cooking pots, and the stove, gas, right? Little stove, and a bottle of gas, light.
Matches. Oh, a light.
Axe.
Yeah, a light. Oh, yeah, a hammer, axe. We had like this cool little multi-tool.
A little saw.
A small saw. Yeah.
Small saw.
Matches.
Matches,
candles.
I think that.
Trying to think of what else. And that was in one case.
I have a coffee bag.
Oh yeah, we had the coffee.
Yeah, coffee, cream.
Coffee and cream.
Yeah.
Gotta have that.
Right.
So those Honda cases, they are side loading, not top loading. And in order to load those cases, you'd have to take them off the bike and lay them on their side, and then open the case, and then put your stuff in, and then close it, and then put it back on the bike. And if you opened it, all your shit would fall out. So what we did, actually, we used, and it worked actually really well. We used those like shopping bags that you buy at the grocery store. One is a real large one, and the other one was a smaller one. And they fit inside the cases like perfectly. So all we had to do is pack the bag and then put it in the side box, and then just push it and lock it closed. So that worked out really well. So yeah, that one bag that Yolan was going down the list of inventory was in the small side, and the other bag was in the big side. It was a larger shopping bag. And that larger bag had 2 camping chairs, a camping table. What else, Yolanda?
Camping, a little table, 2 chairs, 2 pillows.
Oh, the pillows. That's right.
Yeah, 2 pillows.
Oh, and the cups, the coffee cups.
Yeah, that's we added later. We
bought those.
we bought
later.
we bought later.
Yeah.
And didn't take much room. Just to put the pillow
In the cup.
in the cup, so it doesn't cost any room for it.
We've got these cool little inflatable camping pillows. They worked out pretty nice.
I like it.
I'll put links in the description for you. Was that it in that big bag? Because of the fold-out chairs, they took up a little bit of space.
Usually we put
the
the chair for the first button, and then is the table, and then the pillow, right?
The camping pillows, yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Were the pots and pans in that one, or were they in the small bag?
The other side bag.
Okay.
So this side bag just chair, table, pillows,
Cups.
cups.
Oh, I think you had some. Oh, we also had snacks in that bag too, right?
Not
We had
much.
a few snacks in the bag. I thought we
No.
did. So, and then the trunk is where we packed our clothes, extra pair of shoes. We also packed
Laptop.
a computer, yeah.
And the
Cutting-
bathroom bag.
Bathroom supplies, yeah. And then we also brought a cutting board. I think I mentioned that earlier. The cutting board was designed to, have a place to put the kickstand down on in case it was too soft.
Actually, we packed the laundry soap before.
Oh, that's right. There was laundry soap in the side bag.
Yeah,
Until
small bag.
Until it all blew up. In the future, okay, so we bought like those Tide Pods. Don't get Tide Pods. Use if you're going to bring laundry detergent, which I would, use the dry soap, the powder, because it'll pack easier and it won't blow up on you.
Yeah, I don't know why it gets
Ours blew up.
broke.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because it was just packed tight and it was hot.
And
it got hot.
it's funny, just by the accident,
Mm-hmm.
I think I just put in I thought is put in the trash bag and throw away.
Yeah.
When we need, I can't find it. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And then you bought some from the hotel, which is so expensive.
Right.
2-3 pots cost the whole small bag.
Right. Oh, there was one other thing in that big bag, and that was our water bladder that holds extra water.
That
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's small. It's pretty good.
All right. So this
You don't need
is the other place we stopped because this time my son was calling me Bill because he couldn't figure out how to ship where something he was trying to ship was at. So he was helping me with the business, and he was trying to call me, and I couldn't get to the answer button on time, so I pulled over to call him back.
Oh.
Yes, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So that's why we pulled over there. But that was I think that's called the Mexican Water Stop or something. That's just this little store out in the middle of nowhere. High desert. So yeah, trying to decide what to buy before we took this trip was quite a big project. I spent several months trying to figure out what's the best backpacking stuff and still have a little bit of comfort and luxury, because we don't have a lot of room. But at the same time, I didn't want to camp and be really uncomfortable. So that cot and the air cushion, that was important. And then also the sleeping bags, I wanted them to. I didn't want to get the super lightweight stuff ones, because I don't like the mummy bags. They're not comfortable and they're way too slippery. I wanted to get something that had like a soft texture, and then I also wanted to get something that we could use and make into a queen size bed. And those mummy bags, while they pack really small, they don't let you lay them out flat so that you can lay next to your partner. So this way we had a top bag and a bottom bag, and then we also had like these sheets that were like queen size sheets that were almost, it was like they were like it zipped together on one side, I think, or it was just connected on one side and then it snapped together on the other side. That's how it worked. I'm sure, right?
I just remember the sheets right now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we put with the chair pillow together. That's bag.
No, those sheets were in with the inflatable mattress.
Oh, that.
Mm-hmm.
That's by the both side.
That was on top of the case.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I just remember
the sheets were really helpful, because then you don't get your bags dirty.
Yeah.
So we laid on the sheets and then laid in the sheets, whatever, and then then we could just take them to the laundromat and wash the sheets without having to wash the entire sleeping bags. Yeah, I spent some time online.
You forgot one.
Oh, did I? Oh, great. What's that?
You forgot one is really important. You just forgot. I carry my water bag all the way, okay? And the water is very important for our trip.
Yeah, so we have one of those hydration bags. And so that was a really good idea. So we brought a hydration bag, and she basically just carried it with her. That allows for we could drink water, and on the road she just give me the hose and I stick it under my mask.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, baby. Okay, we are pulling into Cayenta. Yeah, this is where our lunch stop is. This was the cool little place, man. Again, you're driving hundreds of miles with nothing, and all of a sudden there's this little town, and it's a cool little town.
We went to the Thai food restaurant.
That's like in 12 days from today.
Really?
No, this one had the potato.
Oh.
The giant potato.
I see. Okay.
There, that place off to the right. The blue something.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to go in and we'll grab some lunch and we'll be back on the road shortly. Dave, you can take a break. How you doing?
Ow, back.
Hey, it's just like a concert.
Yeah. So this thing's postured off.
Oh, so you went upstairs and that's right.
I have to zoom in because it's pretty dim.
No, don't.
Yeah, well, yes, of course you. Yeah. Okay, so we're in the Cayenta, and this is some amazing looking food. Holy crap.
Here.
Wow. You're gonna eat the potato? Okay.
So what gonna do potato?
What?
I bring for dinner.
Yeah, bring the potato for dinner. Just put it on the bike. Might break it. Yeah, so I mean, middle of nowhere, 150 miles of driving, we come to this little town, and impressive.
What you doing?
There's the bag.
Open the door for you.
Oh, so sweet. What?
Wallet.
Bugs everywhere.
Bugs are cleaned. Ready to hit the road. Yeah, that motorcycle felt like a bug graveyard.
Do you know how long the whole one-way trip?
This ride was about a little over 5 hours, I think. I mean, it was about 5 hours of riding time.
No, I mean the halfway for this trip. How many miles? Or total how many miles for this trip?
For this leg?
This whole trip.
Oh, the whole thing was a little over 3,000 miles.
3,000 miles.
I think I calculated around 3,100, but it might have been a little more than that because my calculations were more interstate, but it was right about 3,100. Yeah. No, we only did, well,
2 weeks.
the 5 hours. This was a long one. After this, they shortened up 4 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I said that's a good plan. First day 6 hours because we are beginning. First day excited,
Feeling good. Yeah, our
Feel
bodies were
good.
not torn up.
Yeah, and each day get slow down, shorter.
After a while, 3 hours was feeling pretty hard. It's funny because we were watching Long Way Round again just after having ridden this and feeling like could bond a little closer with Charlie and Ewan. Knowing what they endured for 4.5 months versus our 2 weeks, but after one of the parts they had to do prior to riding was exercise. Charlie was like hitting the bag, and they were both like doing sit-ups and trying to get in some cardio, and I mean, while I ride my bicycle 30-40 miles pretty routinely, and do lift weights, and yeah, it's definitely strenuous. And then, but this, after the first couple of days, you're feeling parts of your body that of course you didn't realize you had. And really it was like right at the shoulder blades. Oh, it's raining. It's raining.
Oh, on the camera. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's raining outside and the camera's outside.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, it's kind of pretty. This part was kind of a nice break from the heat and the sun.
Yeah.
Look at that view. It's so pretty out here.
Right.
Anasazi Inn. But it gets the rain feels good, but it does get a little intimidating because the roads are wet and the windshield is wet and your visibility is limited, and what used to feel like you're going slow now feels like you're going much faster. So I guess, if you're going to prepare for a long trip, definitely get some workout in, probably, I don't know what specifically would be a good way to prevent that shoulder pain or the upper back pain. It gets stiff pretty quick because your arms are basically locked in one position. Even when you take turns resting one hand and just riding with the other, it still gets pretty sore. And you're also holding up the helmet for a long time. So yeah, work on neck strength and back strength, and focus on eccentric contraction exercises. So like, if you're working your back by like say you're bending over and you're pulling up the weight, instead of repeating the weight pull, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what I would do is just hold the weight up and just squeeze your shoulder blades and try and hold it there for as long as you can. And that might help get you a little more prepared for driving.
Oh, yes.
Yolan, I know that you were having some back discomfort from being pushed up against that case, or having a flat back where you were having to sit up too straight.
I just feel as my back have some sore. I sometimes you put my hand behind my back, make it comfortable.
So having a little lumbar support would be helpful.
Yeah.
Lumbar is like your lower back.
Right, I think
maybe
so.
Putting a cushion back there or something.
Yeah.
See, I told you. I had a cushion. I made one for you. You didn't want to bring it.
No.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, we were pretty crowded back there.
Yeah, I already fight with the both side for my leg.
Yeah.
For my seat room. So if we packing too tight, I still need to make some room for my seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We experimented with different ways to pack the sleeping bag above the side trunks to try to give you a little more leg room.
Yeah.
Right. Did that help?
Yeah.
Good.
Like yesterday, last night, we went to the restaurant to meet Michael.
No, right.
I feel
anything.
empty.
Well, we went out.
I feel something. No, I need something by my side. I said too empty, too naked.
Now, when it's funny when we rode 3,000 miles with a 1,000-pound motorcycle, and then I went out solo the other day, and that bike felt so light, and then Yolan came with me. we went out to dinner, and she didn't have all that luggage off to her sides. And she
I
was
feel
just,
uncomfortable.
yeah. That's funny.
Just to feel insecurity, kind of like that.
So we're riding out to this little town, Page, which is right by the reservoir. I think we're making a turn to Page here. Yep.
To paint.
Yeah.
Turn to paint.
And this is our, now we're on Highway 98. We're going to be on this highway for a long time.
And a flat, right? All the way.
Yeah, until we got to, that reservoir. I'm trying, brain farting on the name. Gosh, so far.
Oh, just to keep going on and on.
Right.
And not a highway, just the road, just long way straight.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty excited for our first camp out.
I think next time we got the experience, when you plan to some camping area, you must to figure out if there have water,
Right.
or something, or shower, everything you need to figure out some more detail, clear.
Well, that-
Otherwise,
right.
problem.
And about a month before the trip, the next phase of planning was just designing the route and also reserving the spaces at campgrounds, especially in California. Even a month ahead of time, the campgrounds, a lot of them were full, and I was able to snag the last of a few places. What might have been more helpful too is, finding. Well, I mean, not every campground's going to have a shower, but it's good to know if you got a shower or not. It's good to know if you've got water at the campground for sure, and if there's toilets or just outhouse.
Yeah, that help a lot. Like when some days it's really hot and you wearing the gear and you get sweating a lot, you must be take a comfortable shower before you sleep. If you know there no shower, you can we figured out later. We went
can always
to
find the river.
We went to the
Truck stop.
Yeah, that's still good.
Yeah,
right?
the truck stops were very helpful.
Yeah,
Find out, go there before you before you get to your campground.
right.
We might have done that on this trip, but we didn't. We did that in Boulder City.
We had it twice, right?
Yeah.
Recommended. Love's good. Love's good.
Love's truck stop. Yeah. They had good showers.
Yeah, so fancy.
Well, it's funny when you don't have something, how much you appreciate when you do have it. The shower is one of them. The campsites, they didn't have the best showers, but you don't go camping to take a shower, but when you're out, it might be a different situation if you're car camping and you don't have a shower because, you're not getting out of the car completely sweaty. Your underwear riding up your butt. What, am I wrong?
Car camping is better.
No, car camping is not better.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 2-up tour.
They don't have much sweating, right? They won't get because they drive in.
Yeah, what fun is that? What fun is that? So one nice thing about having somebody sit behind you is the back rub.
Rainy.
Yeah, really.
You're pretty enjoying that.
I did enjoy that. Lake Powell.
Lake Powell.
Yeah.
See, geez, look at this. Oh, we just go through the whole way boring highway.
This part was, I thought, super pretty. We were riding into the sunset.
Look at the map. It's boring.
Well, the map doesn't. Yeah, but I mean, it was so pretty out here. I would highly recommend that little campground. I thought it was really beautiful. I would have loved to have more time to do some hiking.
Whitehouse.
We are leaving Big Lake Trading Post. Should be there at 6:30.
You said it should be there 6:30.
Yeah, we were running late.
I can't see my face.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh gosh, you're backlit.
And my teeth are weird.
Your teeth are so bright and white.
Right.
But this part was really pretty. In a cool town.
Is here we try to take a look at the visit some tourist place and then waiting too long and then we give up. Is that?
No, that was Four Corners.
Oh, yeah.
That was a ways back, but yeah, we were sitting there for a little while. No, we just got a late start today. We went shopping to get some dinner and breakfast. And then we stopped at Four Corners, but that didn't turn into anything. And then, we took a nice long lunch.
And we also have a long breakfast, and
yeah, we
left
breakfast.
pretty late.
Yeah, we got a late start. Yeah, you don't want to go into this expecting to get from destination to destination quickly, because half the fun of the camping is, or not camping, but half the fun of the 2-up tour is, making the little stops for food or even the stops for gas, going in and grabbing snacks, cleaning up the bike. One of the things I might have liked to plan a little better is finding little touristy things to do at different destinations, and maybe even spread the trip out a little bit further, so that you get to your destination slightly later in the day, but fill the day with more activity. Well, we would wind up doing, though, is we get to our destination, you know, with a few breaks in the middle, but get to our destination, trying to get there early enough to unpack and set up our camp, and then take off and try to find something to do. And I thought that was a nice way of doing it too. Just a different option, I suppose. The little town of Page. Some of these towns are so cute.
It's also a nice little town.
Yeah, well, I guess it's, you know, its popularity is from the lake, and it's a real tourist attraction, and the boating and the sky skiing and the water skiing that you can do out there. It's such a pretty place.
The town not called the Page, right?
No, this is Page.
So the town also.
The town is called Page.
Okay.
One last thing to talk about in preparing for a trip is dealing with all the naysayers that don't want you to go. All the people who don't want you to go on the trip. It's too dangerous.
Oh.
It's not much preparation for that. You're going to just have to deal with it when you confront it. But most likely, people will be very skeptical about what you're trying to do, what you want to accomplish. Not many people do it.
Because it's really a big challenge, okay?
No, I know it's a challenge,
Yeah.
but it's a fun challenge.
Yeah. When you go through, you can feel that's a fun adventure. But when you before you go, you really no idea, you know. So
What you're in for?
right. So just think about it. That's really a long
Did your
trip.
friends or your parents have anything to say about it when you told them, or did you tell them? That was probably a smart thing not to tell them.
No.
You didn't tell them?
I told my parents.
Oh,
My mom knows.
what'd they say?
They said, that's long. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Such love.
They no idea what.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
They just think 1 of a trip and 2 weeks. That's long.
Did you tell them it was on a motorcycle? No.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I said. I told them, and they just concerned or think about the safe. Is that safe? I
No.
suppose.
Well, you know, maybe the video will be good therapy for my parents. So, oh, it looks so beautiful. It doesn't look like you guys were in any danger at all.
Yeah.
I cut out all the scenes where the cars were trying to cut me off or hit me. Just kidding, Mom.
Yeah. Poor mom.
Yeah, a lot of reservation land out here, which is kind of neat. You get a chance to support the people.
Oh, that's the river?
This is Lake Powell. And this is this bridge, or the Glen Canyon Dam bridge.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
What do you think, David? Did I mess you up? So I'm gonna just let David play us out here.
Yeah, I'm pretty enjoying.
Yeah, it's really pretty as we drive into the sunset, and we're almost to our campsite. So Yolanda and I will be signing out here, and we'll talk to you on day 3 on our trip to Boulder City, Nevada. That's next.
Cool. Yeah, if not watching this, I almost forgot. I can't organize or order the area. I can't realize which day. I totally messed up.
Canyon? What?
12 per night.
What?
12 per night.
12 polite?
$12 per night.
12 per night. Okay. Anyway, okay. White horse or white something like that. Rock Canyon?
Whitehouse.
Whitehouse.
Just repeat from me. Whitehouse.
Whitehouse.
Whitehouse. Come on. Okay.
Super pretty.
You can use phone pay.
We'll be using, oh good, we'll be setting up tent right here.
Just enjoy.